All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you are about to jump into ranked thinking it's just pubs with a badge, this video is going to save you a lot of headache. Here's what you should actually know before playing your first game. If this is your first time here though, welcome. And if you're returning, welcome back. And honestly, if you have any ideas of what we can all do to make ranked easier when it drops, do not hesitate to drop your takes, ideas, drills, whatever the case may be down below. First things first though, do not play ranked like it is a proving ground. Let's get this out of the way early. It's not where you go to show everybody how good you are. That mindset right there is how people drop 40 and still end up losing the game. And I've said this every single ranked season since I started this YouTube channel. Nobody cares about your KD if you lost the game. Ranked play is a system game. Pressure, timing, spawns, trades, rotations. I can go on. But all the stuff that doesn't show up on the scoreboard but wins matches. If you're constantly trying to prove you're the best player in the lobby, you're probably making the game harder for your team. It's easy to sit there and say, well, I did my part. Not quite. You got a bunch of useless kills, dog. But at the end of the day, the ranked grind shouldn't be loud. It shouldn't be flashy. You and your entire team just need to make the lobby feel miserable to play in for the other team. That's the goal. Now, point two, you're going to want to control the tempo. Control tempo, not just gunfights. This is one thing that a lot of players sleep on. Tempo, timing, whatever term you want to use. When talking about Call of Duty, they are very cohesive to each other. Everybody focuses on aim, movement, what weapon build they're using, but the teams that win consistently, they control how fast the game is played. Sometimes the correct play is slowing everything down. In my opinion, this is one of the best ways to stop the bleeding. Maybe you're down by a hill or two on hardpoint. Slow down, hold some lanes, force the enemy team to make some awkward pushes, and just let them get thirsty. Other times, you speed up to go ahead and get breaks, get instant trades, and just suffocate the enemy team, not letting them take a breath. If you play every situation at the same speed or at the same pace, you're pretty predictable, man. Good teams decide the pace. Great teams change it mid-map. That alone will win you games you feel like you won't win at the beginning of the game. Now, this is something I've been working on personally because I know a lot of you are probably bored because I'm talking about team-based stuff. So for you selfish folks, let's zero in on this one really quick. Wall bounce to start or finish engagements. We've been sliding for years now. Everybody expects it. So I am going to show you a clip here, and I am working on this. This was kind of sloppy. I'm trying to get a lot better at this. So I started this engagement. I didn't quite finish the kill. This guy right here knew that I was going to go ahead and challenge it one way or another, but you can tell he thought I was about to slide. You could tell just by where he was centering. But again, I kind of tweaked a little bit, but ultimately I got the outcome that I wanted. I did end up landing right in the middle of its crosshair, so I did get tagged up a little bit. But regardless, his centering was off. I wasn't where he thought I was going to be. So again, start engagements like this or finish them, but definitely take advantage of it in this regard. And I mean, I guess you can just wall bounce randomly mid gunfight. I do understand it is different strokes for different folks, but even with the dexterity perk, I kind of find it a little bit difficult to pull off in the middle of a fight. But at the end of the day, it's about breaking the expectations. Unpredictability wins more fights than crack movement ever will. Now next, warm up. Yes, even if you don't think you need to. I know a lot of people say, I don't need to warm up. I'm just like that. I can get on the toy and just go crazy no matter what. And look, maybe you can, but you will never regret warming up. And I'm not saying warm up for 30 minutes. You can warm up for 5 to 10 minutes. Shooting dummies in the firing range, setting up a free-for-all match with some bots, whatever the case is, get your centering on point, get your hands ready to roll, and just get ready to play some competitive Call of Duty. Because in some of these lobbies, those slow starts aren't gonna be forgiven. And again, you won't regret warming up. Trust me. It's kind of like going to the gym. A lot of the times, you are fighting tooth and nail to not go to the gym. You're tired. Maybe your lady is trying to get you to go home, be lazy with her and eat ice cream or some shit, but you end up going to the gym. I guarantee you will not regret going to the gym. Trust me on this. And next, squad up. But don't squad up with just anyone. Chemistry matters way more than people realize. People have to pass the vibe check, and the vibe checks are a big deal. Do they shut down after a couple of bad plays, or do they shut down after a couple of bad games? Are the comms clean? Can they take accountability? Are they overly corrective when you make a mistake way after the fact, or do they actually help you in the midst of a situation happening? And I'm not talking about backseat playing. Backseat playing and helping are two completely different things. But you see what I'm getting at here. Everybody wants to fry as an individual. And again, I know this is such a hot take. Rank play is about frying as a unit. If your squad is aligned, same mindset, same goals, you already have an advantage over most of the people queuing Black Ops 7 ranked, solo, and tilted. Next, trigger discipline. You don't need to shoot everything you see. Try not to take the fight unless you 100% know you're gonna win it. I don't care if the enemy's back is to you. If they're running away and you might not finish a kill, don't even think about shooting your weapon. Hold your fire, let that player pass, give your teammate a calm if you're able to, because once you fire your weapon, they know where you are more or less. Getting info and being patient wins way more rounds than ego chows ever will. If you shoot somebody the second you see somebody, you're damn near putting yourself in a 50-50 situation. And you want to try to make sure things are always in your favor to win the fight, to win the round, to win the game. Next, treat your lives like currency. Sometimes spending it is worth it. Again, keyword, sometimes. I'm not saying go ahead and just die, because at that point, you're not even being effective. But sometimes you're trying to break a setup, force a spawn. In some situations, those can be worth it. But on the other end of the coin, saving it wins the game. If you're dying with no trade, no info, no time soaked, you're kind of just donating. Sometimes it is more feasible to get taken out of the play so you can get set up for the next play. Next, this one is tough. I think this might be the hardest one on the list. Keep your composure. Everybody talks about keep your composure when things are going bad. You're down 5-1 in search and destroy. You're losing by 150 on hard point. You got teammates tweaking in your ear. That kind of stuff is obvious. What people don't talk about is staying calm when things are going great. You're on a streak. You just got 7 kills in a row without dying, and you want to beat your chest like a freaking gorilla. That's when discipline actually gets harder. I don't care if you're on a 10 streak. Try to avoid over-challing, continue to play the system, and don't think you're invincible. And look, in my opinion, it's way harder to stay composed when you're frying than when you're losing. The best players stay calm in both situations, though. Another thing to consider is early ranked will be chaos. First couple of weeks are going to be messy, weird matchmaking, lopsided games, questionable teammates. Even with placement matches being an idea, this is still very possible. And it's kind of the same thing at the start of every season for the most part. It's normal, don't overreact, don't ego kill yourself into oblivion, and don't crash out. If you stay calm while everybody else is kind of losing their mind, it'll be a whole lot easier for you. Trust me. Quick side note, this is actually something I use, especially during the ranked grinds, during those long sessions, trying to stay locked in without feeling cracked out. That's where advanced gaming supplements come in. No crashing, no jitters, no sugar, and just clean, focused hydration that actually matters more than raw hype energy in ranked play. And they have hundreds, maybe even thousands of flavors, man. I guarantee you will find one that you like. This will be the second link down in the description though, and use code NERVS10 NRVS10 to get 10% off anything you want to cop off of the Advanced GG store. Next, play the map, not the mini map. And again, let's pump the brakes. I'm not saying ignore your mini map. You absolutely don't want to do that. What I mean by this is stop chasing red dots like it's TDM. Play power positions, make sure you're focusing on spawns, and make sure you apply map pressure. When the map makes sense, the game slows down, but in a good way. That's when the game is going to start feeling easier. Trust me on this. And let's keep it a stack. We've all died looking at our mini map and not at what's in front of us, even if we were ironed up. So yes, definitely use your mini map for intel 100%. Use the kill feed for intel. The kill feed will be your friend in a lot of situations, especially if you have teammates that don't talk. One way to help with this though is go into your settings, go to interface, and then go to your heads up display bounds and make these as low as possible for both vertical and horizontal. That way your eyes don't have to leave the center of your screen so much to take a peek at the mini-map. Now, if you take anything from this video, let it be this. Ranked isn't going to be about who shoots the straightest or who has the highest KD or whatever, but whoever thinks more clear, stays composed, and plays the bigger picture. Black Ops 7 Ranked is almost here. Make sure you're ready before it exposes. Again, if you have anything to add, do not hesitate to drop it down below, whether it be tips and tricks, other ways to get ready or anticipate what you should do, what you shouldn't be doing. We're an open book here on the channel, so feel free to add to the video. Check out these two videos right here though. I'll see you guys over there.